The Septuagint Bible with Apocrypha in English. Genesis, chapter 37. And these are the generations of Jacob. And Joseph was 17 years old, feeding the sheep of his father with his brethren, being young, with the sons of Bala, and with the sons of Zelpha, the wives of his father. And Joseph brought to Israel their father their evil reproach. And Jacob loved Joseph more than all his sons, because he was to him the son of old age, and he made for him a coat of many colors. And his brethren, having seen that his father loved him more than all his sons, hated him and could not speak anything peaceable to him. And Joseph dreamed a dream and reported it to his brethren. And he said to them, Hear this dream which I have dreamed. I thought ye were binding sheaves in the middle of the field, and my sheaf stood up and was erected, and your sheaves turned round and did obeisance to my sheaf. And his brethren said to him, Shalt thou indeed reign over us, or shalt thou indeed be lord over us? And they hated him still more for his dreams and for his words. And he dreamed another dream, and related it to his father and to his brethren, and said, Behold, I have dreamed another dream, as it were the sun and the moon, and the 11 stars did me reverence. And his father rebuked him, and said to him, What is this dream which thou hast dreamed? Shall indeed both I and thy mother and thy brethren come and bow before thee to the earth? And his brethren envied him, but his father observed the saying. And his brethren went to feed the sheep of their father to Sychem. And Israel said to Joseph, Do not thy brethren feed their flock in Sychem? Come, I will send thee to them. And he said to him, Behold, I am here. And Israel said to him, Go and see if thy brethren and the sheep are well, and bring me word. And he sent him out of the valley of Shebron, and he came to Sichem. And a man found him wandering in the field, and the man asked him, saying, What seekest thou? And he said, I am seeking my brethren. Tell me where they feed their flocks. And the man said to him, They have departed hence, for I heard them saying, Let us go to Dothaim. And Joseph went after his brethren, and found them in Dothaim. And they spied him from a distance before he drew nigh to them, and they wickedly took counsel to slay him. And each said to his brother, Behold, that dreamer comes. Now then come, let us kill him, and cast him into one of the pits, and we will say, An evil wild beast has devoured him, and we shall see what his dreams will be. And Reuben, having heard it, rescued him out of their hands, and said, Let us not kill him. And Reuben said to them, Shed not blood, cast him into one of these pits in the wilderness, but do not lay your hands upon him, that he might rescue him out of their hands, and restore him to his father. And it came to pass, when Joseph came to his brethren, that they stripped Joseph of his many-colored coat that was upon him. And they took him, and cast him into the pit, and the pit was empty, it had not water. And they sat down to eat bread, and having lifted up their eyes they beheld, and lo, Ismaelitish travelers came from Galaad, and their camels were heavily loaded with spices and resin and myrrh, and they went to bring them to Egypt. And Judas said to his brethren, What profit is it if we slay our brother and conceal his blood? Come, let us sell him to these Ismaelites, but let not our hands be upon him, because he is our brother and our flesh. And his brethren hearkened. And the men, the merchants of Madian, went by, and they drew and lifted Joseph out of the pit, and sold Joseph to the Ismaelites for 20 pieces of gold. And they brought Joseph down into Egypt. And Reuben returned to the pit, and seized not Joseph in the pit, and he rent his garments. And he returned to his brethren and said, The boy is not, and I, whither am I yet to go? And having taken the coat of Joseph, they slew a kid of the goats, and stained the coat with the blood. And they sent the coat of many colors, and they brought it to their father, and said, This have we found. Know if it be thy son's coat or no. And he recognized it, and said, It is my son's coat. An evil wild beast has devoured him. a wild beast has carried off Joseph." And Jacob rent his clothes and put sackcloth on his loins, and mourned for his son many days. And all his sons and his daughters gathered themselves together and came to comfort him. But he would not be comforted, saying, "I will go down to my son mourning to Hades." And his father wept for him. And the Madianites sold Joseph into Egypt, to Potipharah, the eunuch of Pharaoh, captain of the guard.